2025 has arrived, and with it, a sense that the world is shifting beneath our feet. The pace of change is relentless, faster than ever before. Every headline, every breaking news alert, every conversation at the dinner table seems to echo the same message. Nothing is as it was just a few years ago. And the world is changing fast. Technology, politics, and global alliances are all evolving at breakneck speed. The relationships between nations are being rewritten in real time, and the balance of power is shifting in ways that would have seemed impossible not long ago. America was once the most loved, most followed country on the planet. For decades, the United States stood as a beacon of hope, freedom, and opportunity. Its culture, its currency, and its influence reached every corner of the globe. People everywhere look to America for leadership, innovation, and inspiration. But today, more and more nations are stepping away. The world's admiration is fading, replaced by skepticism and in some cases outright opposition. Countries that once relied on American support are now forging their own paths, questioning old alliances, and seeking new partnerships. They're turning their backs on the United States, breaking old friendships, canceling deals, banning dollars, and choosing new allies. The world order is being rewritten, and America is no longer at the center of every conversation. So, what happened? Who are these countries that are making such bold moves, and why does it matter to you as a traveler? The ripple effects of these changes are reaching ordinary people, especially those who love to explore the world. Suddenly, borders that were once open are closing, and the welcome mat for Americans is being rolled up in places you might never expect. Stay tuned, because these 7 countries may no longer welcome American influence, or American tourists. This isn't fear, it's fact. The world is changing, and if you want to understand where you can and can't go next, you need to know what's happening. Let's dive in. Travelo Globe, travel smart, no more. Once a key United States ally in NATO, Turkey played a crucial role in the alliance for decades, acting as a bridge between the West and the Middle East. Its strategic location made it invaluable for American military and diplomatic interests, and for years the partnership seemed unshakable. However, recent years have seen a dramatic shift in Turkey's foreign policy priorities. Turkey is now forging closer ties with Russia and China, signaling a significant realignment in its international relationships. High-level meetings and new economic agreements with these countries have become more frequent, reflecting Ankara's desire to diversify its alliances and reduce its dependence on the West. The presence of United States military bases in Turkey, once seen as a symbol of cooperation, is now being openly questioned by Turkish officials and the public alike. Debates over the future of these bases have intensified, raising concerns in Washington about the reliability of Turkey as a strategic partner. President Erdogan has not hesitated to criticize American policies in the Middle East, especially regarding Syria, and support for groups Turkey considers hostile. His speeches often highlight a growing sense of national pride and a desire for greater independence from Western influence. In 2025, the Turkish government introduced new bans on United States defense contracts, a move that sent shockwaves through the defense industry. These restrictions have led to the cancellation of several joint projects and have forced Turkey to seek alternative suppliers for its military needs. At the same time, anti-American protests have surged across major Turkish cities. Demonstrators, fueled by nationalist rhetoric and frustration with U.S. foreign policy, have taken to the streets in unprecedented numbers, demanding a more independent path for Turkey. For travelers, Istanbul remains a stunning destination, rich in history and culture. The city's vibrant neighborhoods, world-famous landmarks, and welcoming atmosphere continue to attract millions of visitors each year. However, visitors should be aware of the rising tide of nationalism and anti-Western sentiment, especially in more conservative areas. While most tourists experience no issues, it's wise to stay informed and respectful of local sensitivities as Turkey navigates this period of significant change. Longtime oil partner now exploring a post-American strategy, strengthening ties with China's yuan, reducing oil deals in United States dollars. This de-dollarization is picking up. American troops are being quietly phased out. In 2025, Saudi hosted its first BRICS economic summit, without inviting the United States. Note United States travelers might not feel the tension directly, but geopolitically, a major shift is happening. Brazil's president openly criticized United States dominance at the 2024 G20 summit, actively pushing for a multipolar world, less United States, more BRICS, cutting deals with China, Russia, and Iran. In 2025, Brazil joined talks to reduce dollar usage in South America, and, this could be important for travelers. Visa rules might tighten for Americans. A founding BRICS member that's become more vocal. In 2025, South Africa denied docking rights to United States warships but welcomed Russian naval vessels, increasing trade with China and India. And when it comes to travel, South Africa is still tourist-friendly, but American global power is no longer welcome in its politics. No surprise here, but tensions have hit new highs in 2025. Iran has now fully integrated with Eastern trade blocs, completely ignoring United States sanctions. New cybersecurity laws make it risky for Americans to even use US tech apps there. Fact check. Even journalists and aid workers are being denied visas. Travel warning. Iran is not a recommended destination for US passport holders right now. A new entry to this list. In 2025, Nicaragua ended multiple US-led programs and joined China's Belt and Road Initiative. United States embassy operations have been reduced. Crackdowns on US-funded NGOs and media are rising. Traveler caution. Even though it's beautiful, political friction could put Americans at risk, especially journalists and activists. This might surprise you. Indonesia is trying to stay neutral, but it's slowly shifting toward China's economic influence. In 2025, the government rejected multiple US offers on digital security and turned to Huawei instead. Social media platforms are facing new regulations aimed at Western interference. Tourism note: Indonesia is still open to Americans, but US soft power is no longer what it was. The world is realigning. We're living through a time of profound change, where the balance of power is shifting and new alliances are forming. Countries that once relied heavily on the influence of the United States and other Western powers are now charting their own course, forging new partnerships, and asserting their independence on the global stage. More countries are saying, we don't need America to grow. They're investing in their own infrastructure, building up their economies and creating opportunities that don't depend on traditional Western support. This means that the world map of influence is being redrawn, and the places that travelers visit are evolving in ways that might surprise you. We'll make our own way. This spirit of independence is fueling a sense of pride and optimism in many countries, but it also brings uncertainty. For travelers, it's important to recognize that the rules and expectations you may have grown used to could be changing rapidly. As a traveler, this means visa rules, safety conditions, and even the way you're perceived as a foreign visitor can shift, sometimes overnight. A country that was open and welcoming last year might suddenly tighten its borders or change its entry requirements with little warning. Political sentiments can shift quickly, especially in regions experiencing rapid change. Protests, new government policies, or diplomatic tensions can all impact your travel plans, sometimes with little advance notice. It's more important than ever to stay informed and flexible. That's why here at Travelo Globe, we don't just tell you where to go, we dig deeper, providing you with up-to-date information on the realities on the ground. Our team monitors global developments, so you can make informed decisions about your next adventure. We help you understand where it's safe, where you're welcome, and how to navigate the changing landscape of international travel. Whether you're looking for destinations that embrace visitors or want to avoid places experiencing unrest, we've got you covered. Our goal is to show you what the world really looks like in 2025, a world that's more interconnected but also more complex. The cities you visit, the people you meet, and the experiences you have will all be shaped by these global shifts. If this video opened your eyes to the new realities of travel, give it a like. Your support helps us bring you the latest insights and keep you prepared for whatever comes next. Subscribe for smarter, safer, fact-based travel content. We're committed to helping you travel with confidence no matter how the world changes. And let us know in the comments, how do you feel about these global changes? Are you excited, concerned, or maybe a bit of both? Your perspective matters, and we want to hear from you. Do you think the United States is losing global influence? Or is it just the media hype? How do you think these shifts will affect the way we travel and connect with the world? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Join the conversation, and let's navigate this new era of travel together.